So we are in Johannesburg, busy preparing for our next trip, which is going to be Mozambique.
Woo!
So we're getting a whole bunch of stuff put on JABARI, which is really exciting. We're going to head through there now. So we're at Tackler Products this morning, one of the first product sponsors I've got on board for the Mozambique trip. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to be going on JABARI.
This is what JABARI looks like at the moment, guys. And over the course of the next week or so, the appearance is going to change quite a lot, which is really exciting. What do you think, babe?
Amazing! Super happy.
Is that all we're getting?
Yep, that's all you get from me.
So the Tackler seat covers are in. They look freaking awesome. See, we got custom branding on the seats. It looks amazing. The manager of Tackler took us for a show around the factory there. It's all manufactured on site, made to a very high spec. Very cool stuff. We look forward to seeing how well it wears. It does come with a lifetime warranty, which is very awesome. So we're flat out with prep for the Mozambique trip. One of the things we need, because we're self-financing this trip, we need to sell this car. So that's how dedicated we are to making this trip happen and making it a huge success. I'm selling my second car, I'm selling my Alfa Romeo. It's going to be sad to see her go, but it's going to be for the best. We can make the trip happen and it'll be even better. So this is one of the most exciting sponsors that we've received for the Mozambique trip. All the prep going on for Mozambique is really exciting. We just want to get on the road now. So in preparation for our Lost in Mozambique trip, we're making quite a few changes to JABARI. There's a few things that we've learned over the last year that don't work as well as we thought they might, or just aren't as convenient. And one of those is the rooftop tent. The front runner rooftop tent that we have on the car, it's great. It works perfectly. It's an affordable rooftop tent. It is a very old-fashioned design though, the traditional flap open design with the canvas tent on top. So there are newer ones. The advantage of them is that they're hard shell, so there's a lot less resistance in the air. You can normally store more stuff inside of them, and most of all, setup and breakdown time. So we've gone with the iCamper Mini, which is a brilliant compromise. So it has a hard shell and it's got that clamshell design. So it does open up really quickly. With a tent like this one, your setup time is less than a minute. But the advantage of it over some of the other tents, including the other iCamper tents, is that it does not take up the whole roof rack. So it actually opens up and then pulls out to the side. So you get really fast setup time. But the important thing for us is that we're still able to put diesel and water on the roof, which is quite essential when you're traveling to really remote areas. You have to be able to take a lot of diesel and water with you. I have taken on the challenge of installing it myself. The whole time we get it right, and if we do, we're not going anywhere this weekend because we're still preparing for Mozambique and planning our trip, but I might just end up camping in the driveway. So these are the quick release plates. This goes onto the roof rack. These are quite dirty because these are my old ones. I was using these for our front runner tent. And then this attaches to the tent, and the idea is that the tent can then just slide in. So then if you ever want to take the tent off afterwards, it's really easy to do. You can see the tent comes with rails on the bottom that are attached to the tent, and then the quick release plates just slide in there. So it's a pretty easy mounting system, but I will need some help getting it up onto the roof. So I've got a friend coming to give me a hand with that. First thing we're going to need to do is get that spare wheel off the roof. Luckily, we do have a Gobi X rear bumper coming soon, which is also really exciting. And then the wheel can go on that, so we don't have to put it back underneath the car, which ruins our departure angle. Now we're going to attach these onto the roof rail. So we need this to be facing backwards so the tent can slide off nice and easily.
That is Ian Lemberger, the very unwilling assistant.
So those are the quick release plates on the bottom of the tent. Those are where the quick release bolts go in, and you can see the quick release bracket there. Try and measure it accurately, you'll see how well it fits though. We eventually realized that to get the tent on the roof, we needed to remove the awning. But we did get it on and it looks pretty awesome. Meanwhile, while I was trying to do the DIY thing, Bea was in Zoom meetings making contacts for us in Mozambique.
Just had a successful Zoom meeting with Natasha from On Point and Angie from Dolphin Encounters in Ponta de Or. Everyone's excited, especially us. Planning's going good. Tim is very, very stressed, as you can imagine. I am somewhat stressed. After long days and long nights and lots of effort, it's finally all coming together. And we're really excited to get on the road again.
We've been adding so much weight that I've been looking for ways to get some more power out of Jabari. Steve's Auto Clinic Kailami came to the party. Jabari barely fits anywhere in the city these days. Shopping malls are a nightmare, so of course she wouldn't fit on the dyno. Thank goodness we put the quick release brackets on. So today's the day of upgrades for Jabari. One of the first ones we're doing is we're at Steve's Auto Clinic, and you can see her there in the background. She's busy getting chipped and dyno tuned. So it's really cool though. She will have more effective power and more overtaking strength and more strength in the sand in Mozambique, which is what we really wanted for.
Kom maak sy kar 143.
Ach, is lekker sterk.
Motherfucker, maar hoekom?
Ja, okay.
Daar is in fact a lot of surgeon cuts and stuff.
They were almost done with mapping of the vehicle when load shedding happened, but the generator's come back on so we can keep going. Yeah. 184 kilowatts is damn impressive, but Stefan from SAC wasn't satisfied, so he quickly made a couple of calls and organized us a new exhaust system. While we waited for the new exhaust to arrive, Signworks jumped on redoing and upgrading our vinyls. Jabari's getting new vinyl. How awesome that looks. Thanks to Signworks, I'll put the link in the description below. Doing an amazing job, and they helped us out by coming out to where Jabari's performance modification is done, so we can get it all done at the same time, which is really super cool. So we're at Steve's Auto Clinic today. Jabari's getting some performance modifications. She's getting a chip, and then also Steve's decided that they were going to throw in an exhaust system for her as well.
Actually, stop.
one more thing that absolutely had to change before we did our traditional shakedown trip to Kruger.
Final thing on today's list, we are finally replacing JABARI's tires with Cooper tires.
We then did our traditional Kruger shakedown to check that all the new components working correctly before we really get off the beaten track. So lots and lots of trip prep going on. It's all quite exciting because we're heading to Mozambique in a week. Yay! Everything is out of the car at the moment, but all of that goes back in here. You can see she's actually pretty empty at the moment. You can see we've taken the back seats out, so I want to put a permanent structure in here. As you can see, the back seats have been taken out, and so instead of just having that as a flat load area, I want to actually try and put some storage in there. So it's 2 days later. I finally got the wood that I need to create the storage unit for the back of the car. I really hope it works out. I've never done anything like this before, so I'm taking on a lot. I'm trying to do it by myself with a little bit of help from B. Making some progress. Looks like everything that I ordered is here, which is fantastic. You can see it, that's the box. So now I need to start attaching everything, joining it all up, and place it over there. It's been quite an evening. The main structure's there. So tomorrow I'll need to do a little bit more painting, put the lids on, and then wrap the whole thing in carpet so that it looks a little bit better and so it's a little bit more tactile. And we're done. Hey B, it's Bianca's cupboard. Hey guys, so we've got about 5 days to go until we leave. You can see the garage is an absolute mess, but I'm trying to get everything sorted. JABARI's looking really good. You can see we've got the iCamper on the roof now. Got some new branding that was done by Signworks, new tires from Cooper. I've got the high-lift jack back on. Today I'm going to be putting new spotlights on that we got sponsored by Extreme Lights. And then I want to start putting some of the other stuff that we have on the roof for just in case. Additional fuel tanks and additional water. We try not to use those unless we need to because having weight on the roof really affects your handling. So they are there for emergency purposes. But if we are traveling to a particularly remote part of Mozambique or Botswana or Namibia or anywhere, I'd rather have the option of having a slightly overloaded roof but with enough water and fuel to get us through the trip. I basically have not been happy with this draw system from Frontrunner since the day I got it. Since the day I got it, it can jiggle and rattle. It's not doing it now, but I'll show you why. So I've changed something about it. Basically, there were no stoppers on this draw system. This used to be a bolt. So it was literally a bolt that was the stopper for the end of the drawer. So it just rattled to death. All I've put on here are slightly modified door stops. And it seems to work like a charm. A little bit of DIY. The reason I haven't done the spotlights yet, as promised, is because I can't find my insulation tape. So I'm going to have to go through to the hardware store and get some more insulation tape before we put those on. Metal. There you go. Just a quick one. In Mozambique, the police are notorious for giving you a hard time if you don't play by the letter of the law. So we'll go over all the things that you require, but 2 of them are reflective vests for each passenger and 2 red triangles. Also, you have to have a fire extinguisher, so don't forget that. It's really important. I don't know if it looked like we made much progress. It doesn't feel like it. Box is looking pretty good. But now it's finally time to fit the spotlight.
Okay, there you go. So I decided to actually just quickly take the grill off. I've been wanting to do a little bit of touch-up work on the paint anyway. And it'll also make it a lot easier to access it for the wiring. Okay, so everything has been touched up. We sprayed it. Jabari looking good. So there you go, all done and dusted. Nose is finished. Looking really good, I think. There's still a couple more things going on to Jabari. And then we are off to Mozambique, which is really exciting. Got to pack first. But next mission is finishing this box. Got to get that done, got to get that into the car. And it fits really well. I'm pretty chuffed with how it fits. There's sawdust because I've been cutting off the lips here that allow it to fit in here like this. Getting there. Still a long way to go. Still got to wrap it in carpet and bolt it into the car, which is going to be probably one of the trickiest parts of the whole process. Put the box in, it's looking pretty awesome if I say so myself. So it fits well. Add some points to secure it on the top here. And now I'm just busy tightening the bolts. And as you can see there, they go directly onto the chassis mounting points for the chairs. So it's pretty solid. Not pretty solid, it's very solid. I just gotta get them tight. Now you can see, this is completely secure. Could be more secure. And I put some tie down points on it. It's looking awesome. I'm very happy. Looks great. Made him void to Jabari too.
It wouldn't be a Tim and Pete trip without a little farewell. And Everett and I obviously had to test the new kayak.
Oh God, are they getting in? Jesus. Shut up and row, boy.
Final sponsored product to install was our rock sliders, an amazing rear bumper from Gobi X. Unfortunately, there was such shocking workmanship on an aspect of the installation by Frontrunner and Kyalami that I'll never go back there, despite having spent over 200k there in the last 18 months. Finally, almost time to leave for Mozambique. It's less than 24 hours. We'll be leaving crack at dawn tomorrow morning, so this is our last day of packing. Heading through to get Jabari now, who has got some really exciting updates. I'll explain what went wrong in the installation in an upcoming episode, but it had nothing to do with Gobi X. They make a brilliant product. The final thing we had to do was get our PCR COVID test done, otherwise we wouldn't be allowed across the border.
It was a pretty uncomfortable experience. I imagine it's never comfortable, and I know that these guys are working very hard, but the staff at the Discam drive-through for its mall were shockingly rude. They just really don't give a damn. Bianca is pissed off. And it's just about time to start packing properly.
Be sure to join us next week, guys, as we finally make our way to Mozambique. We can't wait, and we're excited to show you.